welcome to the Daily Signals Facebook Live. I'm Rachel DelGuidice, and I'm joined today by a very special guest, Congressman Garret Graves from the great state of Louisiana. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Well, earlier this year, you introduced a bill for work requirements for recipients of food stamps. Tell us a little bit about that bill, what it does.
Sure. We looked at models and what happened in pilot programs in Alabama, in Kansas, and in Maine. And there were some extraordinary success stories about how they were able to transition people from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, into the workforce. And for example, in Alabama, in 11 counties where they tried this out, what they did is they transitioned about 85% of the people off of the SNAP program. In Kansas, when they did this, they were able to incorporate 60% of work-capable individuals into the workforce. Exactly what we all seek. And of course, it's great for taxpayers and it's great for those that are unemployed. And then in Maine, looking at the way that they did it and extrapolating that program with some other modifications at the federal level, we believe we could save somewhere between 8, 9, maybe even more $1 billion per year. Huge savings for taxpayers. So the bill, what it does is it's modeled after those pilot programs, and it would simply connect job assistance programs and job training opportunities with those that are on the SNAP program, those that are unemployed or impoverished and dependent upon government programs. So helping get people into the workforce helps improve livelihood, improve health care, improve outcomes, and saves taxpayer dollars. It really is a win-win-win opportunity.
Mm-hmm. And you just finished up a panel here at the Heritage Foundation. Our viewers can watch that at heritage.org. You can see the panel if you missed it. But you mentioned how work requirements, how incentivizing work is so needed in today's world where we don't incentivize work. Can you talk a little bit about that? Yeah,
so we were just with Congressman Jim Jordan, Congressman Jason Smith, and Congressman Smith was talking about nearly the $25 trillion that we've spent as a nation. Now, let's keep in mind that is taxpayer dollars, hard-working taxpayer dollars. $25 trillion we've spent over decades trying to fight this war on poverty when effectively it has been a lost war. We have more people in poverty today. So what the idea is that we are not incentivizing work anymore in this country. That was an incentive in America, in our young nation, that you incentivize people to work, and that's what caused us to become the most successful nation. We literally, our citizens literally outworked other countries. And so we've transitioned from that to incentivizing people to not work by making it lucrative to be dependent upon government programs. So the work requirement, it connects people with job opportunities, connects people with job training, and it helps to change that incentive from not working to incentivizing people to actually work. And look, this is more than just about getting people off government programs. You have people that are stuck generation after generation in a cycle of poverty. If we can put them on a pathway to prosperity, it is not just about income. You can look at studies that shows improved livelihoods and shows improved health care. It shows overall improved outcomes for these people and breaking that cycle for future generations. It's just a huge opportunity here. And again, this isn't some dream. This is modeled after successful pilot programs in states. So we're really excited about this.
Yeah. In 2009, I believe, the Obama administration, they did away with the work requirements. And how do you answer pushback from people who don't want to see work requirements come back? What do you respond to?
Well, look, first of all, I think it's important to note that those work requirements were put in place in '96, that President Clinton agreed with it, that Senator Ted Kennedy agreed with it, and understood the importance of that, of incentivizing people to work. And you can look at the success that occurred after the implementation of the '96 welfare reform. So in 2009, President Obama demanded that the work requirement be waived. 37 states even today still have a waiver in place. And that is when we saw the spike. So let me give you a few numbers. In 2000, you had approximately 17 million people that were dependent upon the SNAP program. Today, it's nearly 46 million people. In terms of financials, back around 2000, it was around $20 billion a year that was being spent, and it has absolutely exploded to an excess of $80 billion today. So this isn't a partisan issue. It doesn't matter if you're impoverished, if you're liberal, if you're conservative, if you're making a high income. this really does benefit everyone because it benefits those that are unemployed or those that are impoverished by giving them more opportunities and connecting them with the programs and skills they need to get back into the workforce. And if you're paying for these programs, it helps us to dedicate those limited tax dollars to other national priorities, reducing the debt, addressing infrastructure, and other things we need to be doing as a country.
Yeah, we're not just, throwing away free money. We're saying we want to, help out our society here by doing this. So what is, going forward, I think you introduced this bill in June. What are the chances of it passing this year? Can it be tacked on to any major legislation? What are the chances of that happening in 2017?
Well, I think in 2017, with the limited time we have, with our focus on tax and other things, it's going to be difficult to do in 2017. But as you know, we're likely going to be moving on a farm bill next year. There's always been this connectivity between farm bill and the food nutrition programs, some of the welfare programs. And so what we're doing is we're working to demonstrate broad support for this concept and building upon these successful models to where if they continue to have the connectivity between the two, that we would have the opportunity to have real fundamental reform and really address better outcomes to where you give the impoverished a pathway to prosperity and we help to free up these tax dollars to address true priorities like deficit reduction, again, addressing infrastructure needs and other things that our country's fallen behind on.
Well, bonus and final question. Today is a big day for the House. The House is going to vote on tax reform. Do you think we're going to see possibly that become law by Christmas, as Trump is saying? And it's a historic day for the House, for
Look,
sure.
I'll be very candid. I think this thing's going to pass out of the House. I think we're going to have a good vote. I'm not sure that Americans fully appreciate how historic this is. This is an opportunity to just light the fire under the U.S. economy, to really improve our competitiveness, to help provide more economic opportunities, to help improve the health of the U.S. economy. I mean, this is something that truly can help every single American that's out there. I'll tell you, my optimism about what's going to happen in the Senate has dropped a little bit in recent days, looking at some of the concerns expressed by a few senators. But I still think that overall, everyone understands the importance of getting this done in terms of really igniting the economy, helping to improve the health of the economy, and really raising wages, giving us more employment choices. Huge opportunity. I do think we can get this done by Christmas.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be following tax reform. We're going to be following the Congressman's Food Stamp Act to see how that goes through Congress. Be sure to like us on Facebook. That way you'll always know when we're going live. We'll see you next time.